It's not always easy to stay focused on the task at hand, and as the Buddhists refer to it, our monkey minds always want to distract us from being productive. We want to overlook our to-do list and not listen to that, our devices when it goes ping and messages come up and the message notifications. We always try to avoid attending to some of them, but being productive under these circumstances in lockdown and working from home for the majority of people, it's not easy. So if you or someone you know has lost their productive side, then please stay with me. Hello, my name is Belynder Walia and welcome to my channel Serene Lifestyles. I am a psychotherapist and I help people to transform their mind and life to overcome stress and anxiety amongst other things. Now, being productive is not about how much you can get done in one day. As they say, it's not about quantity and it's more about the quality of what you have achieved well. But first, you need to become engaged, and that's where the challenge lies. So here are some tips to get you started. Tip number 1, set micro-step goals. Now, I have spoken about micro-step goals before in the past. You know what the bigger picture is. So try not to list the hundreds of things you may want to achieve by the end of the day. Write just a few daily goals that are realistic. And of course, once you have been through that list and you've achieved whatever you can add to it. The idea is to ease the tension of what needs to be done. It is so overwhelming when you keep listing things, and this can also lead to procrastination because you've got so much to do, but you don't know where to start because there's so much to do. So in order to avoid becoming listless later on, make those micro-step goals achievable. And tip number 2, clear your space. As majority are working from home, it's so important to make sure that you can create a space that is decluttered. A cluttered space can easily become a distraction. You might start working on something, you see something else that is bothering you, and off you go. So the key here is to avoid those distractions. So clear your desk, shut down all irrelevant browsers on your computer, and turn off the things or apps that you know that you don't need to use for that moment and that period of time that you're working. If you have a door to wherever you're working, close the door, open a window, whatever makes you feel comfortable. The important thing here is to be focused and not allow your eyes and ears or any of your senses to drift off to other things and pull you away from what you are doing. If you follow the first tip and give yourself at least a target of meeting at least one of those things before you head into another space of your house or wherever you are working from, it's the key here again is to avoid anything that's going to distract you. So we want you to stay on task, and that brings me on to tip number 3, because I think this is the most important one. Set yourself time scales, because it's so important to know how much time you're going to dedicate to a task. Again, being realistic in what you can achieve if you are focused on the task involved. Even if you set a timer or intervals of 30 minutes to an hour, you can have a little break after that. So you may not need it, but you won't feel rushed or pressured to finish what you need to within a given time. Just set a time when you can begin working on that particular goal, and if you haven't finished it, you can always come back to it, or you could go on to the next one, so long as you're remembering you've got to complete one task before you can add anything else to the list. And that's the most important thing. I mean, I know it's difficult to be focused and getting things done. I find it difficult myself sometimes, and I feel overwhelmed my mind, even this morning, I was discussing it with a colleague that I feel quite scattered because there's so much to do on my list. But in reality, that list can go on, and I have been productive today, so that's a good thing. But being productive means getting things done that getting those things done that are pressing on the nerves of anxiety. We want to get those out the way, and really no one's there judging you whether you have done enough on your part or not. It's the only person putting pressure on you is yourself. So these are just a few tips to help you to be more productive. And remember, if you feel you need to talk, then please feel free to connect for further professional treatment or options with me. I hope this video has been helpful, and remember to change your mindset and it will change your life. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care of your thinking patterns.